Hey guys, Josh Schenken here from Ultimate Sandbag Core Training Systems with Senior Physical Therapist Jessica Bento. A key principle in our Ultimate Sandbag program is looking at progressing all movement patterns. So one that's a big one for a lot of people to learn is the hinge, the hip hinge. And we do that in a series of ways. People are familiar with exercises like deadlifts, bridging, and one of the more popular ones that's become out is the kettlebell swing. And the kettlebell swing is great because it's one of those exercises that you can teach good movement patterns to, but you can also get a lot of caloric expenditure. You can also get a lot of metabolic training with. So it's really functional for those people that have their focus upon fat loss while you teach them good movements. Let's show you the kettlebell swing for a second. So Jessica's going to do a two-hand swing. Good. Now, the unique aspect of the kettlebell swing opposed to deadlifting and some of the other movements is really what we call overspeed eccentrics. And relax, Jessica. It's basically the speed at which the bell's coming between her legs. So in the deadlift, we really don't have that overspeed eccentric. In a lot of movements, we lose that. So that's really a key component and a benefit in getting from the kettlebell swing. The only problem though is after a while, you can lose some of the benefits if all you do is try to increase weight or just try to increase the number of reps you do. A lot of people make the mistake in the kettlebells is only trying to increase weight or reps and never look at progressing movement patterns. So the hip hinge can always be progressed. One simple way we do this, let's move this out of the way, is we can also work on reducing the speed of the movement to teach the hip hinge first. One of the biggest problems in the kettlebell swing is people lose the fact that it is a hip hinge and not a squat. So Jessica's going ahead and going to do a Zercher good morning. So she's going to bring the bag up. So now, the nice thing with the Zercher good morning is she also learns to maintain tension in her thoracic spine or upper back. This part of her body dictates a lot of what happens here. If this rounds, so will this. So she's going to bend her legs ever so slightly, hinge back, and pull through. Now what she's doing is she's getting some resistance from the band, so she's got to actively push into her heels, which also makes her activate her glutes. One of the biggest problems in the kettlebell swing is that people do not activate their glutes at the top, which provides stability to their low back. And relax, Jessica, nice. Now that in of itself can be a great metabolic drill. You can get a lot of work out of that exercise and progress into the kettlebell swing. You can also look at using the kettlebell swing as a basis to do more complex ultimate sandbag exercises. For example, with the kettlebell swing, the weight's always coming out in front of us. It's an easy to groove exercise, hence why people can do it for long duration or high repetitions. But we want to see if we can complex movement, which increases greater caloric expenditure and better movement skills. So Jessica's going to demonstrate shoveling. So now she's going to rotate, pivot through, and she's going to load one hip. So now she's also learning that acceleration and deceleration, but it's predominantly from one side of the body, and it's also changing angles in relationship to her center of gravity. So considering most sports and a lot of everyday activities happen in rotation, this is a great drill. You can alter this between sets of kettlebell swings, and it's a great way to build up metabolic exercise, and you can get a benefit of both exercises. And relax, Jessica. Now, a lot of people, when they think about sandbag training, they think of shouldering, one of those key exercises like in the barbell world, squats or deadlifts are one of those main exercises. Shouldering is actually not one of our foundational drills. The next one is because of how much benefit we get from it. So I'm going to give Jessica a little bit more room here. So Jessica's going to demonstrate again our rotational lunge. Now the reason this is one of our main exercises is because it's a single leg movement. So we're getting a lot of lower leg strengthening, hip stability. We're also getting a reverse lunge, which is a lower body pull. So it's a lot of hamstring and glute exercise. And because of the swing of the bag, we get acceleration and deceleration in all planes of movement. Because the bag's moving in transverse and frontal plane stability is really being called upon her hips and her midsection to perform the exercise adequately. It's a great drill. It can be a metabolic exercise. It can be a strength exercise. You can go slow and you can go fast. The hard thing sometimes with the kettlebell is that you can't use slower speeds. You can do the deadlift, you can do the swing, and there's really nothing in between. So now you have more options, and when you're teaching people these movement patterns, and that you can get them in a better, successful environment and address their specific needs. In the end, we're all doing the same movement patterns, teaching people how to appropriately use their hamstrings and their glutes to prevent low back injuries, but in a fun and dynamic way. So check out more of these strategies at ultimatesandbagtraining.com.